from the series of aligning stuff in Revit. Aligning views to walls, in this case elevations. You might have found yourself in life that you were placing a new elevation and you figure out that it aligns orthogonally to the existing wall. However, if you try to rotate an existing elevation, there is no snap point to use, nor to rotate to the wall, to the existing wall. So how to do that? First, go to bring forth that elevation view and create one detail view on that elevation, making sure that this detail view is pointing downwards. Then open this detail view and just sketch a model line. Make sure to pick the plane that is relevant for this view. In this case, choose a horizontal model line. And then you can go to the initial floor plan view and select both the model line and the existing elevation, and use the model line as a reference to align both to the wall that you need. You can then delete the model line, obviously. That's it. I should have got a Christmas jingle.
Oh, I can hear the rest of the night, that's the problem. I hear that, but I have to sleep now.
From the series of aligning stuff to stuff in Revit. How to align scope walls, scope boxes to walls. Okay, so you have a scope box, right? And you have the same existing wall that you want to align the scope box to. You know that you can rotate the scope box, but you cannot again use the snap points to align it orthogonally or square to the wall. How to do this? You guessed it. Use the model line again. Oh, you cannot even align the thing to the wall. So again, use the model line, but first duplicate the view and constrain this duplicate view to the scope box that you want to align it to. This way, you are sure that when you're sketching the model line, it's orthogonal to that scope box. And then, select the model line and the scope box, and use the model line again as a reference to align the scope box to the wall. Don't forget to delete the model line off. Okay? Okay, Rob's turn now. Thank you very much.
Okay, I don't have a jingle. You know, this is where I've gone wrong in life, I think, is not having a jingle.
You can sing it out.
I don't know. Anyone's heard me sing? No. Mine's really, really quick. So a couple of little 2018 enhancements. Anyone know? But this is actually one of those things which is like a 20-second video, but I at the end of it go, thank God for that. Thank God they introduced this one. Does everyone know that they've done this in 2018 now? If you come into your views and right-click, you've got collapse all. At last, you can clean up the browser with one click. So it was introduced and it wasn't mentioned anywhere in any of the documentation. So it was introduced in service pack number 1 of 2018. You can now collapse the whole project browser. Plus, you can open up certain folders within. You can open up just the views and so forth and expand them all and not expand the rest of them. Okay, that's quite good, isn't it? Yeah. Managing schedules. Again, a really nice little 2018 enhancement that came in one of the recent service packs. Did you know you could do this now? You can right click. Did you know browser organization had been added? Schedules is now an option within browser organization. And if you click on that and go to new, you can say, for example, by category. Okay. And you can filter your schedules now. You can actually put them into folders rather than have one big list of schedules, which is actually a very, very, very nice little feature. So you can see the filtering is available, but also grouping and sorting is also available now as well. And you can group by, for example, category, phase filter, all of those kinds of things. And you can see that by doing that, I'm able to, you can also do them by view template, which is an interesting option. But you can now group those schedules into folders, so you can have all your room schedules in one folder or your door schedules in a folder. You can have all of your, quite a little sweet little option that's now been added. That came in, I think, with 2008.2, so you have to update to the very latest service pack to get that particular option. Okay.
Can you do and buy things on sheets?
Can you do what, sir?
Buy things on sheets.
Things on sheets. Explain that one to me a bit more.
It's the red one. You know the way you can do show views that are on sheets? Filter by things that aren't on sheets. Can you do that with schedules?
I don't know is the honest answer. I haven't tried it. There might be an option there, yeah. Because there is filter options in there now, so maybe if there's a parameter in there that you're installing, maybe we can do it.
You can group it by like numbers, so if you name all your sheets with a 4-digit number, you can group them by the first 2 digits. That's what you mean.
No, by sheet or not on sheet. So if it's on the sheet or if it's not on the sheet. I'm not sure if you can do that. I don't know if there's a parameter or not, to be honest. Right, Kobe. Who's doing Kobe delivery? Yeah, try. I know you're doing it. Kobe delivery. I work on as a consultant, and I end up spending a lot of time working with teams on this sort of thing, on information delivery. And the amount of times I find that people think it's a heck of a lot more complicated than it actually is. The Autodesk, to be fair to them, have done a really, really good job with the Kobe toolkits. Has anyone used the Kobe toolkits in the room? Yeah, they're really, if you know how to use them and actually have a bit of play with them, they're actually really, really good. So there's this add-in. So to almost take over Matthew's presentation a second, there's an add-in here that allows you to define all of your Kobe data and all of your Kobe information. So you can classify your contact information, you can put in your floors and space information. The great thing about this toolkit is what it does is especially for stage, what I call design data drop free, which is stage 3, which is if you're a designer, and most of us are architects or structural engineers or building services. I noticed there wasn't any contractors in the room, so all of us are in that sort of design phase. The data drop free requirement is really, for most part, what it's called, what it's described as, what it's classified as, and where it is for the most part what data drop free is. So this toolkit does a really, really good job of allowing you to set up and configure very quickly. And what it does is it installs all the parameters you need for Kobe into the model. It puts them against the categories that you want them to be against. More importantly, when it comes to things like space data and room and classification information, it completes all of that for you. It helps you complete all that through the classification manager and the Kobe manager, and it allows you to fill this information out. Once you've selected and configured the actual toolkit, it will actually then go and complete all of the parameters that are in the model for you as well. So it will go and put in all the contact data, all the classification data, all the space information, where things are located, what level they're on, all areas, all of those kinds of things. It will fill all of that information out. For the most part, it will complete most of the data that is required for data drop free, which is what most designers and lead designers are actually required to actually deliver upon. So it is actually a very, if you're involved in any kind of BIM level 2 projects, it's an extremely useful and valuable tool. So I would definitely encourage anybody that's working in BIM level 2 to certainly start to go and have a look at it. And as you can see here, it very quickly populates data into these models. It's not unreasonable to say, and I've seen it on, I'm not exaggerating because I've seen it on live projects, it's not unreasonable to say that you can, within quite a little exercise, you can quite quickly deliver a Kobe data drop free schedule from just using that toolkit. It is a very, very, very capable tool. Is anyone using that on the live projects at the moment? A couple of you? Good experiences, bad experiences, disagree with me, agree with me?